Welcome to Here's How We Get There. It's the daily show filled with conversations about business and mental health in a down-to-earth style with real-world language. Now let's dive in with your co-hosts, Kenneth Shark Kinney and Trey Tucker.
All right, Trey, as LLJ Cool J, as President Biden would call him, would say, don't call it a comeback, but Toys R Us are making yet another comeback. And this time they're doing it a little bit differently without LL Cool J music, but I don't know if they're going to release a Kangol to sell in the stores. But Toys R Us is coming back. What do you think of this comeback? Is it going to be real, and is it going to be lasting?
Short answer is yes, but I'm going to rant for a second because I was thinking about this. I realized two things. Number one, I don't know how Toys R Us ever existed in the first place, because what parent in their right mind would want to go willingly into a store that's noisy, chaotic, full of expensive toys, spend all that money? I mean, I know I shudder to think about all the money that my dad probably poured out on me with action figures over the years from Toys R Us. But on the other hand, I don't know how Toys R Us ever failed, because
you don't have kids. So you're speaking Greek to someone who actually speaks Greek. Okay.
Well, and here's the other side of that. I don't know how Toys R Us ever failed, because what kid in their right mind would ever relent against their parents until they brought them into Toys R Us? And I was that kid. So, but yeah, I think it is going to succeed. I don't really understand the idea of putting it in big cities first, because I feel like typically the suburban experience was where Toys R Us kind of had its success in the heyday. But the whole land, air, and sea campaign they've got, the land in the big cities, I think there's 24 biggest cities, and then at airports and then on cruise ships. I love those last two because people are in a good mood typically when they're on a vacation, coming back from wherever they've flown to, or whatever cruise ship. Or if, like, say in your case, a dad on a business trip, you're going to probably pick up a toy from the Toys R Us in the airport. You'll probably pay 4 times as much. But I do think the new strategy is at least going to give them some positive momentum for hopefully more stores.
Yeah, I never quite understood how, and you see this as businesses progress with what they're able to sell. But Toys R Us, the brand name they built was great. In a lot of ways, they took a big box retailer approach to an FAO Schwarz in New York. So if you go in FAO Schwarz, it's an experience. And that's what Toys R Us could have been. But they still resulted, like Bed Bath & Beyond did, and a lot of other brands, they built a good brand name around it. I do think that there is a really good place, whether they put it in more Macy's, which they tried to do. I mean, Macy's has got Starbucks in a lot of locations now. They're trying to find new ways to bring people into the in-person retail experience, not also to sell online products, as you can see, because I'm here in the toy aisle just picking out some more Legos for me. But when you create that kind of experience around a brand name, there's some real possibilities that these kind of partnerships with the Macy's, or maybe it's inside of a Kohl's, it doesn't all need to be the Macy's name, for example, or the Kohl's name. It could be a Toys R Us section inside there. And then it becomes a little more experiential to the buyer, especially when you align those kind of brands. What I think that so many of them just thought they could do is go create a giant marketplace, a big box retail store, put a logo on it. And when you can go to Walmart and get the same toys for cheaper, or Target, why would you go to a Toys R Us? But if they can lean back into the experience and the brand essentials that they created, and not try to be everything to everyone, where they got decimated in the space, it could be something that kids want to be a part of and enjoy and go nuts, like my own child has. So I think if they refocus this has some potential. It's still the same junk that's made by the same retailers offshore, but if you can create a little more experience around it, they can lean into that brand equity that they did create and really create something special. So who knows? But as long as I can get my Legos and my Nerf footballs, I'm good.
thank you for joining Shark and Trey on the Here's How We Get There show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit here'showwegetthere.com. That's here'showwegetthere.com.